One of the most common tropes of superhero comic books are rocky relationships between the hero and the person they love. When you think of the most popular relationships in these comics, you probably think of Spider-Man and Mary Jane Watson at the top of that list, or somewhere around there. But for a little while now, things between Peter and MJ have been even rockier than usual, much to the dismay of Spider-Man's extremely large fan base. A lot of people think this aspect of Spider-Man comics have truly been ruined, and I'm here to just take a look at what's going on in Spider-Man comics, try to figure out what's happening, because there's a lot of weird and somewhat interesting stuff going on right now. So, why were Peter and MJ split up? Well, for drama, of course. Marvel really likes to keep their popular characters in a certain status quo so that new readers won't be confused or put off from their popular books. And unfortunately, Spider-Man has garnered quite the reputation as being a down-on-his-luck loser, which ironically is Marvel's fault. So, anytime Peter starts seeing significant positive changes in his life, you know it's all gonna come crashing down. And crash down it did. Since 2022, it marked the end of Peter and MJ's relationship, as she chose to be with a man named Paul, whom she was trapped in an alternate dimension with for some time. Comics are weird, but that's how things have been for a while. I've gotta ask though, how does splitting up the characters and making Peter miserable without her while MJ moves on like a positive thing? Fans know these characters' history, so why shake it up in such an unnecessary way? And it's not that I'm against changes, but it doesn't really do anything positive. It feels like a change for change's sake, especially at the expense of the audience. But anyway, keep the whole status quo thing in mind, because I'll be coming back to it. Now the question is, has Peter Parker been with anyone else since then? Yes, actually, in the latest story called 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which featured Spider-Man getting enhanced magical powers from Dr. Doom and teaming up with the X-Men to save the world. Anyway, Peter has started seeing this new character named Shay, and while she's like not as annoying as Paul or anything, it all just feels kind of pointless, because like, why split up Peter and MJ and have these two other characters people don't care about, one of which, Paul, everyone dislikes. I can't imagine this Shay character lasts very long, but hey, status quo thing, remember that. Alright then, so what about Mary Jane? What is Marvel so dead set on her doing away from Spider-Man? Well, she's been with Paul, who everybody hates. She's also become the superhero Jackpot, which pretty much everyone also hates because they feel this character should just be a normal person and not a superhero. But here's the kicker. She's Venom now. That happened. That's a thing. It feels like Marvel editorial is doubling down on these decisions, and that's because they are. They've taken Venom, one of their most popular characters, and centered that comic around a couple that everyone hates, while having MJ in a role that everybody hates. It's really weird, and I don't get why they do this. But the thing is, weird changes like these happen all the time. That's how these comics work, until they get back to the status quo. Hey, full circle moment. I keep mentioning that status quo thing, and now here we are. As much as Marvel shakes things up, in this case splitting up Peter and MJ, introducing boring love interest characters for both of them, and even making bold changes like turning MJ into Venom, these kind of things happen all the time in these superhero comics, and I think people have forgotten. I mean, let's not forget about the Clone Saga, where there were clones of Peter everywhere and nobody knew what was going on. Let's not forget about Superior Spider-Man, where Marvel was like, Peter Parker is dead, Doc Ock is Spider-Man now. What about all the other times that Peter and MJ have broken up? Or the time where, like, MJ was presumed to be dead for a while now. As much as these changes happen, things also go back to normal. So I think for as much as people hate these characters, a lot of people don't seem to realize that there's like a 99.5% chance that within the next few years, Peter and MJ are going to be back together. Paul and this Shay character will be nowhere to be found. Eddie Brock's going to be Venom again, and none of these stories will matter. Things always get better. This too shall pass. You just got to hang in there. And another important moral to the story is that you as the consumer should demand the highest quality product from the supplier and not settle for less. Peter and MJ, they'll get back together because they always do. It's really not a big deal. These kind of weird changes happen all the time. People act like Spider-Man's gonna implode or anything. It's not gonna happen, alright? So just, look, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all next time. Just chill out, alright?